Greetings, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this. Happy Halloween. It's a special October 31st matchup in the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Clippers on defense. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Now Sacramento starting five. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. Quincy Acy out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there. DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
So it's Sacramento now. After the Clippers pick up two, Rondo kicks to Acy, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. There's a screen. Jordan the screen. Paul outside. There's the dish to Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 5 now.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And here's Rondo. Screen by Cousins. And McLemore kicks to Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. The baseline J. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Mbah-a-Moute kicks to Green, and that is good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And so here's Sacramento. They trail by 3. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that game, they did damage in a variety of ways. They were more or less unstoppable offensively.
Showed off all of their weapons and resources at that end of the floor. Really just put on a marvelous show.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Yes, Kevin, when we talked about this game, he said his concern was how to handle Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, Rondo has no problem getting to the middle of defenses and finding open teammates. We have to make him become more of a jump shooter. Let's see if they can do just that.
Thank you, Doris. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4 to 1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
Clippers leading by 3. Jeff Green on the wing. Cousins pulls it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Now Rondo. He kicks to Gay. Here's Cousins. Back to Gay. Another miss by Gay.
You know, with Jeff Green, the one thing you can say about him is he's been durable. especially since he had the unforeseen heart issue in 2011 for which he needed season-ending surgery. Since then, over the past 3 full seasons, he's played in 81, 82, and 78 games.
The Kings trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Easy the pass to Cousins. Deflects the pass. Paul with the steal. Dishes it to Mba Amute. Offensive rebound. Tries again. And the wide open shot from Redick. Nailed from three-point land. Redick's got 8.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Cousins. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. 5 to shoot. Here's Gay. Another miss by Gay.
And talking about Jeff Green, I'm rooting for him. I mean, I'm rooting for him to finally put it all together to gain and maintain the confidence and really to fulfill the vast potential we all know that he had.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 14-4 run. Paul outside. Crawford outside. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Here is Rondo following the score by Jamal Crawford. He used that pick to perfection. Bellinelli's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Clippers leading by 7. Paul outside. Got a hand on it. Now here's Gay. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Johnson goes in at the elbow. Paul. Crawford outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Aldridge comes in for Jordan, and it's Pierce in for Jeff Green. Sacramento also making some changes. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Cauley Stein comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Paul outside. Shot clock at 5. Shot, high post. Can't get it to go. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. And there's the pass to Cauley Stein. Now the feed to Bellinelli. And Caspi has it in the corner. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Los Angeles leading by 7. Crawford drives in. That's tipped. But they get it back. Paul dishes to Johnson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Kings trail by 10. Collison with it. To the middle. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And for Kosta Koufos, Clark, so far he hasn't had that breakout year. He has been kind of in the shadow of Marc Gasol on that front line for Memphis.
Yeah, but he's understood his role, and he's done a nice job. He did start 81 games for Denver a few seasons ago, Kevin, but I think he's very comfortable as a backup. He's one of those guys who's just effective in limited playing stints.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And talking about Koufos, he gives you some things you want out of your bigs. Great size and activity, solid rebounds and blocks per minute numbers. He may just need a chance in the right system to show more game.
Pierce with the screen on Collison. Inside. Koufos with the block.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Here's Bellinelli. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. A nice shot by Koufos.
And, you know, getting back to Koufos, one thing he has to get better at is finishing through contact. He has a really nice touch around the basket, but sometimes contact negates that.
Now here's Paul. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Pierce with the screen on Collison. Paul kicks to Pierce. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Collison. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Now, here's Koufos. Pierce covering from 20 feet out. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backcourt.
1:16 left in the first quarter. Now here's Crawford. Bellinelli is covering. It's Crawford with the drive. Pierce wide open. He fires. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
Timeout called by the Kings.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
Here's Bellinelli. Back to Collison. 6 to shoot and taken away by Paul. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And he gets the bucket. And it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Here's Bellinelli over to the left wing. Caspi for 3. The rebound by Pierce.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. .16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Collison. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard, but they recover it. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. The Clippers on top. They lead by 13. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.